Hey everyone, I'm Catherine from the batch of 2012. This is an interesting opportunity for me to express how I went through my journey in this profession. My industry experience has been largely in manufacturing after completing my MBA from SIESCOMS, and before that I was an IT engineer, a system engineer with Infosys Limited. It's a mixed kind of an experience, a bit of tech and a bit of HR, and in all of that, it's been a different kind of an experience, learning from both aspects and yet delivering on both. During my stint, I have worked in different kinds of portfolios. One has been recruitment, wherein I started with, we call it talent acquisition. But yeah, at the beginning, it's still recruitment, it's core operational job. And with more years of experience, you realize what talent acquisition is all about and why it's not just recruitment. After that, I moved on to a role in policies and analytics. Something that keeps me interested and motivated is the fact that there is something new to learn every day. Challenges keep changing, and something like COVID coming in has been the biggest learning experience in the shortest span of time possible. So delivering on solutions for our employees has been a big motivation for me while working here. How do I manage working and managing home? Most of us are really dealing with this kind of an unexpected situation where we don't have household help. But how do you identify a time and then stick to it is what makes a difference in the end. You start your day, try and get in a little bit of exercise perhaps to keep yourself fresh, active, healthy, and don't rush into a routine. It's good to take some time at the start of the day to plan it. I'm not saying it's going to remain or go as per plan, but it's good to have a plan in place. Schedule your breaks. You may end up working through it, but it's still important that you schedule the break so that you know what you have planned for the first half of the day and the second. Try and take a break at the end of the day. It may not be the time when work ends, but it's good to take a break so that you're able to switch off for a few moments, and if required, you can go back to it, but it's always good to give some time with your home and your family. It's important that the family support system is there for you. We've heard too many cases of people dealing with mental health issues, and probably one of the detrimental factors there is the support of a family or a friend or a social circle online, perhaps in a lot of cases, but yes, a support system is what makes a difference, and you will have that support system only if you have the time that you've dedicated and devoted to them. To tell you about how my IT experience has helped me in my current HR portfolio. Honestly, when I first started off, I thought the only role that a person with IT experience could be really good at is in human resources information systems, HRISs as we call it. And I started with the hope that I will land a role that lets me do my tech things and use my background as an IT engineer to really get things going. That's not exactly what happened. I was put into a talent acquisition team, starting off with working on vacancies for a lot of our varied businesses, everything from electricals and electronics to green building solutions to furniture. So it was a huge shift from what I had expected and had seen and hoped for myself. But what I realized with time is that having experience in an IT company helped me understand the challenges as an employee, as a prospective candidate who's seeking a job, and at the same time, having worked in an organization, it helped me connect better with candidates. What would be their requirements, expectations? But going forward, if I look at it, the IT experience helped me most because all of the HR functions today are IT enabled. You have a system that helps you get the most out of your candidates. You use analytics to find out what candidate is or which candidate is a better fit for you. That understanding is what helped me really help the recruitment team at my company to develop better systems, more efficient systems, and at the same time an analytical mind is what helped me design a kind of reports that would be used by stakeholders to be able to get a hang of what's happening along with our vacancies. So that IT experience, one, it gave me brilliant analytical skills. I am thankful for having done the course and the experience. And the second part of it helps me relate and come up with tech solutions, process improvements, way better as compared to a lot of other people. To be a good talent acquisition manager, it is very important to first understand the business. What particular business are you hiring for? Once you have that in mind, you would understand and appreciate their challenges better, and it would help you better to understand what kind of people would fit into the kind of roles that are available in your business. You may, it's not very typical that a role which requires high communication skills and a role which requires better technical skills would be the same. Sometimes you need a mix of both. Sometimes you can do a mix and match, and a lower variation or a lower scale on one aspect but better on the other aspects can help you. But the core of it is to build a connection with your line managers, the ones who you are hiring for, understand their requirements. Some things are said, some things, not everything would be mentioned on your job description, but it's important that you know what the expectation is. Some needs are not expressed on a job description. It's important to know what is this that your business needs and what is it that your hiring manager is looking for. That is what makes all the difference. Keep track, build a rapport with your candidates. You may not select them today, but sometime in the future you could have a role for which you could get the person on board. It's good to have a little empathy for the candidates because you never know, you could be in the position someday. Qualities that I feel an HR executive or an HR manager should have starts with a customer orientation kind of a quality. It's a very sales term, but as an HR person, your stakeholders are your customers. They could be the people you are hiring for. They could be candidates whom you are hiring. They could be employees for whom you are designing some policies. They could be the finance team for whom you are making life easier by having policies that help them make their work easier. It could be anyone. And orientation and understanding of the expectations of each of your stakeholders is what will make a difference. The second one would be a business orientation. Understand the challenges in the business that you're operating in. HR is not just about making people happy or engaging employees. It's also about helping employees deliver on the objectives as the business needs it. So it's important that you have an orientation of the business that you are working for. The third one is interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills again relate both to your business orientation and to your stakeholder orientation. Reason for that is if you are not able to build a connect with the people whom you are working with or working for, or for whom you are working to make their lives better, you may not be able to get the kind of results that you are looking for. So yeah, three things that form the core. One is a customer orientation, one is a business understanding, and the third is interpersonal skills. To stay relevant in today's changing market dynamics is to ensure that you read well. You have to know what's happening out there. You have to know what's happening around you, not just in HR, not just HR movements or HR trends. It's also important that you understand what's happening with the economy, what's happening with the world, what are the core issues that the world is managing and trying to grapple with. These are the things that will help you go a long way in developing the skill sets that are important. As a company that is looking for people, one of the things at the start of it, everyone looks at your resume and is more or less looking only at your academic performance. But that is only going to get you your foot into the door. What happens after that is, how do you make use of every opportunity that comes your way to build credibility for yourself and for your work. You need to show and demonstrate that you can do the task assigned to you in the best way possible. A trait that will take you a long way is how willing are you to go out of your way to explore a solution that has not been to a problem that has not been assigned to you. How is it that you are bringing your own flavor or your own enthusiasm and initiative into a particular assignment is what helps you, which differentiates you out of the pack. It makes a difference about how much are you able to add value to the job assigned to you. You could either do exactly what you're assigned to do and it will still be the same as anybody else. What differentiates you from the others is what you have done differently and your approach towards the problem, your attitude towards the challenge or assignment that has been given to you. If you are willing to look at each assignment with the same enthusiasm as the one that you enjoyed working on, trust me, it will help you go a long way, getting the most out of yourself actually. Do you need to know any special technical skills to help you do better in HR? Trust me, irrespective of what field you are in, having a technical bent of mind or an analytical bent of mind helps you to come up with a solution. There are enough and more tools available in the market that you can just pick up and learn. Most of these are very intuitive. One of the tools that will help you is Excel. I am not someone who feels that you need to know a lot of Excel formulae and then be able to come up with results, but it helps to know what Excel can do for you and then to use it. The formulae can always be picked up from Google. Or similarly, your MS Word, PowerPoint, know the capabilities of each of these tools. They are the most common ones and the easiest to use, but unless you know the capabilities of each of these tools, you would not be able to use them well. Each organization has its own suite of tools and softwares that they use. You'd be able to use it if you show a willingness to learn new technology and adapt yourself to the situation that you have been brought into. My time in SIESCOMS was pretty interesting. One of the best parts about the course was that all of us, whether you were interested in finance or marketing or HR, were all in the same classroom, sharing notes, sharing experiences, each from a different background. Some lifelong friendships. It's been more than 8 years since I left the college, but all those friendships that I made are still there, and I look at it very fondly. One of my best experiences were some of the worst experiences that seemed at that point of time. So I'm personally, I enjoy communication skills sessions, and we had couple of times when we could present, and I would always look forward to working with a different team whenever we had presentations. It gave you a good opportunity to really learn from their experiences, and those were some of my best parts. Interestingly, the most while virtuality is the flagship event, the one that I enjoyed the most was Vyapar. It was a marketing or a sales event, I could call it, in the first year, wherein we were all asked to show our selling skills in the college marketplace. Now that is one experience that gave me a whole new perspective, and if I think about it even today, some of the things that I learned that day, dropping my inhibitions and really just focusing on selling the product that I have at hand. Yes, you empathize with those salespeople who you show off without even opening the door. It's a lot of persuasion. It's a lot of not just persuasion. How is it that you can market your product that would make it worth the while for an individual to buy it? I think that's a life experience. Aren't we all just selling our skill sets in the market to get something better out of it, right? So yeah, Vyapar is my fondest memory. My hobbies include reading, uh, not into sports, but I do enjoy reading, especially murder mysteries and fiction, and watching a lot of TV. And hey, I mean, all of us have our guilty pleasures, right? Some rapid fire questions coming my way. If not HR, then probably a counselor, maybe a grief counselor, something to do with mental health perhaps. Most fun part about being an HR, a new problem and a new person to deal with and manage each day. Netflix and chill or playing board games. Netflix and chill any day, any day. No dalgona coffee, no silly challenges, never, ever. TV series I recently binge watched is The Mentalist. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. I feel HR as a function completely would be impacted, but the most impacted function is going to be policies. Each of the policymakers and companies is going to struggle to find their way through the new normal and present a proposal that would suit their employees and their workforce to really deliver on their objectives.